Alright, looks like we're good. Oh, yeah. If no, you could do me the favor of posting it, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Thank you, appreciate that. Why is... Trying to find some tunes to get going here. Oh man, most of this sounds like shit. What genre of music is Sewer Slut? What
What kind
genre,
of
what genre is that, Nanoma?
Um, uh, j- breakcore, I believe. It could
Breakcore.
also be digital hardcore. They kind of all blend and merge, but the closest it would be breakcore.
Alright, well, I feel like listening to some of that. It's really nice. I'm so old, I don't know anything. Oh my god, look at all these random breakcore sets. They're so old. Yeah. Like, you can't find any that are...
What, like sewer slut sounding?
Yeah, well, no, I can find some, but like they're like, oh, here we go. I think I found one. It's not. A lot of them are really old that are Creative Commons. They're like fucking 4 years old and shit. What is this? Let's see.
Someone said some Looney Tunes. Just put some Looney Tunes on.
Looney Tunes music?
Wouldn't that be copyrighted though?
Uh, Not if it's public domain. Because some of it is actually some of it's actually public domain. There, I'm playing something weird that I can stumble across in here, so I'm just gonna play that. Not give a fuck. There we go. That sounds fun to me. Some Looney Tunes, right, J Taps? I'll look into like what public access like old cartoons there are, and I'll just play some of those. Watch it play like something like super racist and like just get taken down. Because like, you know, a lot of those old cartoons had like some really bad shit in it.
Yeah, that music is so creepy. If you remember watching the first Evil Dead movie, and then at the end it had this like cartoony, almost circus kind of music.
Oh
That's
yeah.
so creepy.
I like creepy. You know me.
Yeah.
But oh yeah, so two things I wanted to start with. Hi to anybody watching this later. I was recording. Sorry it took long to get started. Just skip those. Every time you listen to one of my streams later or recorded, just skip like the first 2 or 3 minutes. It's nothing usually. Um. So yeah. Oh, what are you supposed to do at the beginning? You're supposed to tell people to sub and like and hit the notification bell, right? Isn't that what you do at the beginning or something? Yeah, do that.
Yep.
Do that thing. Algorithm likes me when I say that. Um, okay. So, a couple things I want to chat about today. I'll be on for like an hour and a half or something. I'm here with hold on. Oh, I don't have a. See, I got Nanomo. Put you up, Nano, but I don't have a picture for Tina. Dang it. I need a.
Just put any picture.
No, not any picture. All right, hold on. I know which picture I'm gonna use for Tina. Hold on, hold on. Hold on. I already know. This is like always gonna be the picture for Tina every time. Hold on.
It's cemented. No, it's official.
No, I have a
That
cemented.
is
I have a
that is
cemented
me.
image for Tina, representing Tina. Give me a second here. I'm gonna add you right now.
By the way, when you get the chance, you might want to lower the music a little more.
Oh, it's fucking loud.
It's not obnoxiously loud. I just think most people would prefer to hear the voices far louder than the music.
Oh, okay, sure. Is that better? I just changed it right now. It'll probably take a second for the stream to catch up.
Stream took a fat shit.
No, it didn't. Stop.
I don't hear anything at all in the background.
Yeah, it just says it's on the offline screen.
Oh,
Mm.
that's because I'm dumb and I hit a button.
Oh. Yeah, that's fine.
Boomer things. All right, hold on. There we go. It should
Yeah,
be.
it's
Wait,
good now.
no, it's saying offline.
Oh, never
Oh,
mind.
fuck. Oh wait, it's behind this thing. Why is it on the? Hilarious. Look, look, it's on front of it. I must have done that by accident. I was trying to do a different image, but I guess it did that. That was genius.
How long have you been streaming now?
I don't know, man.
Oh.
I don't care. You can make fun of me. I don't care. I don't care about it. If I started caring about things, then I would stop being cool in the eyes of my fellow Zoids.
Your technical boomer difficulties.
Oh, they're
are,
always. I thought I had this
they're
down.
fun.
No, well, they're pathetic, but yeah, fun's another. It's a nice word. It's a nice word. For
I find them entertaining personally.
oh, here we go. I'm gonna find. I think I got this. There we go. There's Tina. That's the Tina image.
I can't
Oh
see
my
it,
God.
so I guess people
It's,
have
Tina, if you remember, it's like that image of a lady just
It's
chilling
that black
on the
metal
beach.
girl on the beach that you said looks like
Yeah.
you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it kind of looks like you with like black metal death paint, like chilling on the beach. Yeah, because when
Alright.
when I posted it, Tina even said, "How'd you find that picture of me?" Or that's a picture of me.
How did you find my secret profile? What?
Yeah, your secret. That's your your Tinder profile.
Yep.
Dude, that'd be a dope Tinder profile pic, huh? Anyway. Okay, it looks like we're back in. Okay, so what I was gonna talk about now that that's fixed and I got pictures for both of you up. I wanted to talk about the stream I did last time, the ghost stream. Right, so I had done a stream a little bit ago. Wait, was that yesterday? I don't remember. You know how days be.
Yeah.
So I did a stream where I deleted it after because that was the point of it. I did like a support stream where everyone was able to get on that wanted to get on and talk about their shit and type stuff in the chat or whatever. It didn't matter. And then I deleted it after. That was the whole kind of gimmick, I guess, of the stream, is that it's a stream I want to do once a week or so in which I get rid of it. Like, I don't even keep it in my archives. It's deleted. Hey, Fleeps. So that's not going to be the case with this one. This one is going to be like regularly in my live video channels and stuff like that. So sorry to the people that like the disappearing stream, but I am going to do it, like I said, once a week. So, and it went incredibly well. Nomo and Tina, it went very well.
I was watching.
Yeah, it was like it went better than like any stream I've ever done, like view wise. It's kind of hilarious. I think, and what's funny is that all I did was announce ahead of time, hey, I'm going to do a stream where I delete it. And that made people like somehow want to join in, and it was successful not just in that the view count was decent. It was that like I had like a lot of chat going on, a lot of chat, like and contribution from people I'd never even seen drop in chat. So to me, that's just kind of a big win to see some lurkers say some stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And it's because it made them, I guess, feel safe that I was going to get rid of it, and then I did. It's gone. I have no access to it. At least I don't know if YouTube keeps some hidden archive somewhere of shit that gets deleted, but it's gone. And it was funny too because Christoph, my mod on the server, was like, "No, don't delete things. Like they have to go sometimes." See, he's not the type that likes things to be deleted. You know, it makes him anxious. It seems almost. But yeah, that shit's gone. And I had like 21 or 20 consistent viewers like the entire 2 hours, almost like an hour and a half of it. And for me, that's a record, like having that high. There's been a few times where it's gotten that high on a few streams, but only for like a period of time. But that one was just sticking around, and that was pretty wild. And then I got to talk to some people, and some people got some shit out of it, and good times. I think I'm gonna keep doing that. So, what do you guys
I
think?
enjoyed watching
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I don't know. Some people would like it. Go ahead.
I think it's a good idea, especially if you got something out of it, and a lot of lurkers Like
Yeah, they
people
popped out of the
posted
woodwork.
questions and yeah.
They popped out of the woodwork. So I'll announce it ahead of time whenever I do that. I'll probably announce it like either the day before or a few hours before. That way people have a chance to jump on in and hang out and do whatever. I know, Philippe. Yeah, you're right. I should schedule my streams either way. I think I'm covering chat with. I know. Yeah, I should schedule my streams. It's hard to schedule streams, man, because it's like I don't know. My open availability for doing stuff like this is so random. And then on top of that, you add the fact that even if I have an open window, like how depressed am I that day? Or like how tired am I that day that I can even function properly enough to do a stream, you get me? So it kind of varies because of that too. The other thing I wanted to bring up was what Tina has just asked me about, and what Nanomo had termed my, what did you say? My Boomers Zoomer app cringe episode?
Oh, all the TikTok
Yeah, I
videos
had
that you were
done like a
doing
few
there?
TikTok videos and then uploaded them. I'm still gonna do the YouTube shorts type thing. Because it's just easier if I want to say something be silly and just upload something. Maybe they'll improve it. It's just faster, and then plus making like using TikTok and uploading things on it makes me feel gross inside. Uh, it's I don't like it. I don't like it. There is a few. I'll admit there are a few people that do TikTok that promote themselves on there that are actually quite talented, like comedian wise, like smaller comedians and stuff. I am not one of those people, that's for sure. And I like following some of their shit because it can be rather humorous. But outside of that, most of everything on TikTok makes me just feel nauseous. But that's just me, so who cares? Not judging people who use it, don't give a shit. That's just my deal. God. Oh yeah, I can't seem to remember what the entire purpose of this particular stream was, like the actual purpose. I had an actual idea in mind I wanted to discuss. Oh, Jesus. My head hurts so bad. Which was just give me a second. What's with this fucking music? Jesus Christ. It's weird.
It's fine, your suffering is relatable.
Oh my god. Yeah, right, thanks. Trying to think. It was something really important to me for like 10 minutes. You know how that be.
Oh god, yeah.
It had to do with abstract forms of like depression and like stress and worry. And like taking certain things upon myself that I never thought I would. Like, okay, maybe it'll jog my memory if I talk about it like this. Like, I was thinking about how, like, I've been doing this for almost, like, I started the channel almost a year ago now. Can you believe that?
Damn.
It's gonna be a year this month.
You're getting old. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I know. Fucking, I've been old, but yeah, it's gonna be a year this month. And kind of tripping. Maybe I should I do like a 1 year celebration thing? God, that's horrific. But you know, all 800 subs I've gotten over the course of a year. Hey, you know what? For some people that wouldn't be the case, right? So I guess I did okay. But it's weird. It's opened up a lot of doors for me. It's opened up a lot of, like, not actual, like emotional, I guess, or weird kind of doors that Zoids don't generally open or want to fuck with. And one of those doors that I can't seem to ever close again. Like, there's certain doors that opened up that I'm just like, well, those are fucking open. Like, those aren't, I can't do shit about. And one of those doors that opened up was my purpose the thing that gives me purpose in life is to help people. So that door opened for me, and I can't close that fucking door. And I don't think I want to, but some days, man, you know how that be. And um, but it also opened up certain parts of my personality that were suppressed, associated to that. And because of that, over this course of these couple months, it's made certain types of things a little more difficult to deal with. But that in turn has allowed me to develop a skill set over time that is allowing me to be better at helping others avoid and cluster A's and shit. Um, and it's weird. It's like a double-edged sword, right? Like, the way I was describing it, I was talking to Orthus a while ago. I was describing it. It's like I feel like I want to be a tank, right? A tank support for people. But instead of the tank where you have high armor and high defense and like healing spells or something, and you can just keep tanking. I'm the type of tank that has life steal and attack speed and relies entirely on DPS and just sponging shit and taking consistent damage, like non-stop damage taking. But I'm hoping my DPS is high enough to keep healing me. And that's kind of how it feels. And it's weird because I've always lived life that way. I have this weird thing in me where I keep pushing forward. I keep fighting in the face of what is seemingly insurmountable forces. Right? And I'm not sure why I've always been that way. I've always had this weird drive. I don't know if it's just a pure stubbornness or spite. A lot of it, I have mentioned before, is fueled just by anger. But now, because of this, part of it is being fueled by a sense of conviction for some of the things that I'm kind of believing in and caring about. And it's not just anger; it's almost like a righteous indignation, some might call. And it makes it both more meaningful to keep fighting, but it also makes it. I mean, it doesn't exactly help my depression because I feel like I'm feeling things more than I used to.
That's the horror of connection.
Yeah, the horror of connection.
Hmm.
Describing
I did.
interpersonal relations with an analogy to strategy archetypes. Yeah, I know, right? That's me.
Mm.
Uh, go ahead. Sorry, Tina.
Have you always had depression, like
Oh yeah, I've
lingering?
always had depression. Like no, but my depression's always been like what's the word? Mm, like low level, and then it would occasionally spiral, and I would have like these like deep depression fucking fits where like I just became just paralyzed by it. And then it would eventually get pushed back into me, or away from me via anhedonia defenses. So basically, like I would spiral into a depression, and before it wouldn't stick around too long because then I would just shut down and stop feeling things. And then it was like, oh, okay, I don't feel stuff no more again. So I'm gonna just go play Elder Scrolls,
Hmm.
you know? So,
Yeah.
or I'm gonna just go play some King of Fighters or something. And so, but now, like, I feel like my well of depression can go deeper. But before that kicks in, so I could feel my depression more in a weird way. But at the same time, I could also feel other things that are good more. Like, a sense of being a part of something, I guess, or whatever you want to call it, as gross as that sounds. And so I wanted to just kind of express that a little bit and hear people's thoughts on that. And it's honestly part of the path that a lot of schizoids might have trouble with, if they learn to overcome certain aspects, certain maladaptions when it comes to actually being able to create connections to people once they're placed or they're in an environment in which that's possible. Um, so I think one of the issues is that like I'm taking, since I don't really have a lot of practice feeling things externally, it's hard for me to kind of gauge and control the amount of weight it puts on me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like it just like I don't feel like I don't have enough practice in the process of external things that cause me more depression than internal things, and that have to do with connection to others. So because I don't have a lot of practice in that, it's really really difficult for me to separate certain things, and I'll spiral into these very abstract forms of like depression, where I'll start thinking about like I almost feel it feels like I could feel, probably it's not real, but it's like I could feel the weight of misery being suffered like in the air, if that makes any sense. Like it
Like
feels like I could feel it all.
like because of your actions, or
Well, because like I'm caring. So because I'm caring, it's like it kind of feels very crushing.
yeah.
Um because it's very real suffering and very real sort of sadness, that it's not just say being manufactured by me in my kind of internal mechanisms and I can just manipulate or control. It's like a type of sadness that's coming from outside that I have zero control over. It feels like because it's something that is just so perpetual and ongoing. And I'm trying to practice how to kind of distance myself from that without disconnecting in that schizoid fashion. Does that make sense? Because like I don't know how to disconnect non Zoid adaptation style. You get me? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because if I do that, if I start going down those paths, then I just want to shut everything down and run away and leave. But I don't want that because that's not who I am. That's not what I do. And it's just kind of nuts to me. Like it's hard for me to really explain, make any sense of. And it's just funny because like it's like I'm in a weird situation right now because I'm in a situation that technically I'm experiencing that I don't know how many people have ever actually experienced, just because Zoids don't do what I'm doing generally. So it's like I feel like Jeff Goldblum in The Fly. It's rough, man. And then like I'll get like DMs from people just telling me like, "Oh man, thanks for doing what you do. I don't know how you do it. That shit would kill me, or that shit would fuck me up, or I couldn't survive that." And I'm like, "How do I?" And it's rough. It's fucking rough. Like going to work, caring about that is so fucking difficult. Because when I didn't care about anything, I could go to work and just it would be no different than anything else that I would do, right? It would just be like, oh, I go to work, and it's just another thing I have to do that I don't really care about doing. And so it's this kind of complacency, this kind of like acceptance, this resignation to that, right? And I figured, well, the only things I actually like doing is being around my kids and my wife. And that's it, right? and everything else is pretty much just a placeholder or a distraction or something that needs to be done that I don't necessarily want to do. So I kind of kept the external world at bay that way, to a point, from it kind of. And occasionally, like I said, I would have these kind of bouts of like depression about like really abstract shit, but then I could like talk my way out of them, or in my head, or I would just like justify something or rationalize it, and I get out of there. I get out of there and I live another day. But because this actually matters to me, I can't do that. I can't abstract out of it. I can't just like disappear into the void away from it. It like it will chase me down no matter where I go. No, I take it back. It's not chasing me down. I just refuse to let go. I think it's closer to that. It's not chasing me. I think I could let go if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. And it's rough. It's fucking rough. Yeah, I think it's good to get a Fleep says. I think it's good to get out of your comfort zone once in a while, even for schizoid. In a while though, yeah. I mean, for schizoids. Yeah, I know, man, but that's not really what we do, right? Generally, but it's because... Oh, go ahead.
I was just thinking that could it be depression, or could it... I mean, I'm not denying you suffer from depression. You've had it your whole life.
You can deny it all you want. I know I haven't.
Yeah, what I'm saying is you have these fluctuations. Sometimes some days are better, some days are worse. And this project that you've started with the channel and connecting with people and getting to know people and sharing your thoughts and ideas and relating and all this really...
And actually giving a shit about people? Yeah.
Exactly, and actually giving a shit. Do you think it's the depression kind of setting in from caring, because that's such an unusual territory for a schizoid, or is it the schizoid PD fighting back? Like,
it's a combination. Go back. No, it's a combination for sure. It's a combination, 100%. But I think it's also because I'm ill-equipped. Like, I don't have practice in this whole human connection stuff. And so because I lack the practice, since I've only been doing it for like months, not even, it's difficult. It's a difficult thing. And then you feel these like new pressures, like these new kind of forms of sadness that are outside of you, and that you care about them, and then it's like, whoa, what the fuck? And it like it hits you like a fucking truck. But it doesn't just hit you like a truck because of like, oh, I'm so sad that this person is sad, or this person specifically, right? Like, it's not like, oh no, I'm still kind of very schizotypally when it comes to stuff like that. It's not that like I get sad because specific people tell me a story and it's sad and I empathize, that could happen in spurts or whatever, but that's not what brings me down. What brings me down is like this kind of helplessness, this like powerlessness against like this force of just pure, unfair, just fucking ridiculous amounts of just of unnecessary suffering and ridiculous amounts of frustration associated to that, because the solutions are there and the solutions are available, and it's like you're screaming and there's like it's like you speak a language that doesn't make sense to like 95% of the human population. It's like, and then, but now, like before, it used to be like, oh, I screamed into the void and no one could hear me, and so it was just like, you could just be resigned to that. You're like, oh, I guess it's always going to be this quiet, and then eventually you just stop caring. But then when you scream into the void and people hear you and they scream back, then they're screaming too, and then it's like, this isn't fair, this is fucked. Why are we all screaming? like we shouldn't be screaming. Like we shouldn't have to be screaming like this all the time. Not literally, but you know what I mean.
Something
Mm.
that's kind of fun related to this, at least in my mind, that I see is like I said earlier with the horror of connection. It's something I've been experiencing a lot. Is just like having the connections that I have now with other schizoids and with my partner. It's like it makes my brain scream like just it's suffocating in a way, but it's like I don't want to give up the connections I've made because it feels like I may never be able to make them again, and it's just something in general
And
that
that's
I
that's scarier than not than well, that's even that thought is more terrifying than the horrors that connection brings. The idea of it being severed and just floating off into the nothingness.
yeah, it like
Ugh.
because in my mind it's like I wish I just didn't make any connection at all, but at the same time now that I have it, it's yeah, like you said, even more horrifying because now I
Yeah.
have something.
Yeah, exactly. But what's funny is that like as difficult as it is, it still has some really good moments, right? Like it does have some moments. There are like moments that would be impossible otherwise. Would you say so?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely just far more positive than it is negative. It's just
The negative is new. It's a new kind of negative.
yeah, plus it's just like I have people in my life that I actually feel a connection for and never have felt that sort of connection with before,
Mm-hmm.
like with anyone else. So it's like, wow, there's actually people I care about, and I was okay with dying, but now there's these people in my life that actually get it, and there's a person that's super close to me. It's it's trapping in a way. Would be the best way to describe it.
It feels that way
Yeah,
because
like
of, and
I
I think that
can't.
has to do with the PD more than anything.
Yeah, like I can't just like give in to the void and die essentially.
Yeah, because now you have a reason to. You don't have any as much of an excuse to do so because
Yeah,
there's actual like because it would feel like because before it felt futile, it felt like a fruitless endeavor, but now it's like oh I guess it wasn't. And I think that's why a lot of schizoids get like not a lot, like a few schizoids get mad at the shit I'm doing. I think a few get mad at the shit I'm doing because a lot of them are like resigned to this hopelessness, and and I guess showing them like, hey, there's hope, makes them get mad. Makes them go, no, fuck you, no, there wasn't, there isn't any. Fuck you. I
no, it
already, I
makes
already, I
sense.
already decided there's no hope. Why
Uh,
you bring hope back in? And it's like, well, you don't have to listen to me. I mean, you could just not. But I'm not
it
gonna
makes
stop.
sense because it hurts so much
Oh yeah.
to have connection, and like I just said, it's like it creates a conflict in your mind if you're still suicidal after like getting connection and stuff. Not saying that's like the only thing you need to not be suicidal, but
No, of course, of course. No, no.
just
There's a
in
lot of internal work that you have to do
yeah,
that isn't done yet. Like, there's a lot of new homework and internal efforts that have to be done that are not easy. They're not fucking easy, man. And and yeah, I'm dealing with those too right now. Dealing with those because like an example is okay. So now that I care about something and doing something, taking part in something, I want to do that thing all the time, but I can't. Right, and it makes doing things that aren't those things that I care about more difficult and depressing. So when I have to go to work and do work things, the whole time I'm thinking, I wish I was doing these things, not work things, like not the job things, because the job things, there's some merit in some regards. Like that's why I've always liked working. Like sex shop type stuff because I like helping people. And it's kind of hilarious because I never admitted it to myself, but one of the things I like about working at a shop where I sell, all this adult stuff is I like helping couples with their intimate stuff. And I like helping people that feel like outcasts or feel judged by it because of their kinks and their fetishes and whatever, like not feel so bad and feel a little less weird, and helping and showing them, oh look, I'm a person that can listen to you talk about those things and I don't care and I'm not gonna judge you because I don't give a shit. I mean, generally speaking, right? There are limits to such things. But and so that's the aspect of that work that I actually enjoy. I hate every other aspect. Like, if I could just get paid to be there and talk to people and help them without having to pitch sales, that'd be great. I'd be super happy just getting paid my hourly wage to just sit there and talk to people about sexual health things and what they can do to improve their relationships or even their own solitary activities in that department. I don't care. And I think it has to do with the fact that it's like this really visceral, intimate, like monkey brain sort of thing, right? And I've always had this interest in helping or looking at that kind of monkey brain shit. Like, the basic shit, like needing a fucking hug and why. The like it's things like what was it? Like, I'm trying to describe it. It's like the most primal shit, right? And some of that really primal shit is what can strip a human being of all, even like a normative person, of a lot of noise, a lot of bullshit that isn't real or it's manufactured, and fears that are unfounded. Because of like all the repression and suppression that it causes for people not to just come to terms with like the most primal aspects of their human experience or whatever. And one of those primal aspects is fucking, for lack of a better word. Well, I'm sure there's better words, but I like that one. And another one of those things is feeling like you have an in-group of some kind, even if it's very, very small, even if it's very localized. Just feeling like, oh, I am understood. I have a similar system as you, and so now we understand each other. Just like that's such a very primal sort of basic thing that human beings can't live too long without it fucking them up to a lot of degrees. Because that's what makes it funny, is that they're always talking, like Zoids always be like, oh, I want to be alone all the time. Yeah, same, but depends on what you mean by alone and who you're talking about. Like 95% of the population, yeah, I want to be alone. That little 5%, I don't mind being around them a lot. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I get it.
So it's all point of reference shit. And because now I have a point of reference that's positive, it makes all the negative shit even heavier. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. It just makes all the negative shit heavier. And then when I make discoveries and I come across things while talking to people and discover more and more about you guys and what have you, and how your experiences and how they don't match up with how the world perceives us and how people interpret like these sort of adaptations, along with this kind of the cognition that it comes with, some of this cluster A stuff. Like that bums me out, man. That bumps me out because then I know, oh my god, these things could be fixed. Like, shit, like these problems could be like worked on. they could be remedied to varying degrees over time. There's like so many. There's solutions. They're available. You know, there's solutions. There's ways to do this. And it's just like it's not happening fast enough. I guess that's the silly part of it. It's like I want it to happen now. Happen now. Work faster. You know, but that's not how things go. It's very, very slow. It's very, very methodical. And it's a very painful road. Very painful road. Is Tina still there?
No.
Oh, she
They-
took off.
they
Yeah, I
left.
know she had to leave. I like how that's good. I like it. Zoid style. Just disappear, man. That's how it should be. What do you think, Nanomo, about all that? Or did I zone you out again?
I'm sorry, I zoned out.
Yeah, it's all right. It's when I talk too long for it to. Come on, I wasn't getting into anything too crazy, Nanomo. Don't leave me now. I was still talking feelings. Those are important. Yes, Fleeps, that is the difference between high and low functioning. Wait, are you talking about the ability to get out of your comfort zone? That might be one of the aspects for sure, Optimus. Like, some people can't. Like, for some people, it's more impossible than others. And some people just don't have the tenacity, man. And I'm not even judging them or talking shit at all. Like, it's just, it might be something more innate. Because there is, like, there is a genetic component to, like, people that are more rebellious. And more, like, just, fuck you. And then the people that don't want to do that and don't like conflict and want to avoid it. Like, there is some kind of component there, a propensity within your personality or aspects of it. And some people, like, it's like pain tolerance, right? Like, some people can just handle a lot more pain than others, and like physical pain, right? And it's the same thing with a lot of emotional pain and suffering. Like, it might just feel way more heightened for one person than the other. Or one person just has a higher threshold for how much they can endure. And I am fortunately, for me, I am one of those people that can endure a fuck ton and keep going. That's why I'm a tank. But then my anger keeps me going, so that's my DPS. My DPS is just the fury and righteous indignation. And that gives me the lifesteal I need to keep tanking. And, you know, if your kit doesn't have lifesteal, you can't quite tank. Oh, hold on one sec. Alright, I'm back. So, it's gotten easier as I've gotten older. Yeah, maybe it has to do with age. I mean, I'm pretty old. Maybe, like, the older you get, the more angry you become. And you just stop giving a fuck. Maybe that's why a lot of, like, maybe schizoids, like, well, no, usually they get progressively more catatonic. Or become more involved in their internal stuff because they just can't deal anymore over the course of the years. It does generally improve unless things get done.
There could be phases of like lessened catatonia. Like, for a time you seem more high functioning than you actually are. Like, in my regard, that's how my life feels right now. But I think after a thing, I'll just go back down to just like
0 miles per hour.
Yeah, just like deep depression probably, along with just going back to how I was at my worst.
Sorry, I was tired. Oh.
Zoning out.
No, not zoning out. Just thinking about what you said, mixing that into other things. My brain's just doing weird stuff right now.
Connective thought, yeah.
Yeah, but I can't quite. It's not. It's like. So it's the best way I can describe it. It's like. It's trying, but it's not fucking. The fucking gears aren't quite rolling like
Well,
they need to be.
for me, by what I meant by connective thought, it's generally like it doesn't actually have to connect back in a coherent way. It can just be like, let's say, example, thinking of a cupcake, and for some reason it makes you think of a pie because there's a similarity in like the flavor of the icing or some shit, you know? It can be something really small, but my brain connects to it and
Yeah,
makes me think of it.
The annoying part too is that like sometimes your kind of cluster A brain will make connections that aren't necessarily useful, and then
Yeah.
but they feel like they could be, and then you're like, and then you realize, wait, no, that's not useful at all, and then you're like, but why did I think about that? And then you fucking spend like 20 minutes thinking about something that ends up being completely pointless in the end, and you're just like, ah, fuck, like that was crazy, or it just made you feel uncomfortable, or it didn't really do anything productive. Or it's just spun you into like a negative zone that didn't quite do anything good for your productivity in general. It happens to me a lot. Recently I've been. Tell me in the chat if you guys do this. I know you do, Nodomo. You've described similar. Like, okay, for example, say I have like say I have like 3 hours to myself, right? Like I suddenly have 3 hours to myself. Like I don't, nobody's around. 3 hours to myself, right? Tell me if you've done this, guys. Listen in chat. You'll spend like an hour and a half of that thinking about the things you could do in that time, and then do nothing. Like, you spend most of the time just in that 3 hours thinking about like, well, I could do this, but then this, I could do that, but what if this? But then, oh yeah, I'll do, no, can't do that. And then something will distract you and you'll be like, what's that? And you get stuck on that for like 15 minutes and you'll be like, wait, no, oh shit, I only have 2.5 hours now. Okay. Okay, so let's see. If I get started, okay, in half an hour, I'll have enough time to do this. And blah, blah, blah. And you kind of do that kind of shit for a while. And then maybe nod off. And then, like, you're tired and you're like, oh, fuck. I only have an hour and a half left. Oh, well, now I don't have enough time to do anything.
My
Maybe I'll
favorite
just lay
part
down.
of my personal experience of that is, it's like my baseline is pretty anhedonic anyway, and it's like there's a vague enjoyment of the things I generally do, but there's no guarantee that, like, if I, like, let's say play this game, that's actually going to give me enjoyment. I could very well just start finally playing the game and then I just like it doesn't give me anything, and so
Oh my
then I go
God.
back to the indecision, or it's just like, now I'm disappointed that I got on the game and I don't feel like playing it, even though it took so much for me to just finally start playing the damn game.
Dude, one of the games I do that with all the time is, hi Damien, by the way, somebody said hi. I've never seen their name, so I will say hi. That's how that works, right? But no, one of the I like League of Legends, right? I play League of Legends. I've been playing League of Legends for years, and that game's so hit and miss with me because like there'll be times where I'm like, I'm gonna play. I feel like playing this. I have 2 hours to kill. Then I'll play it, right? And then like I'll get something out of it. I'll be like, oh, that was pretty cool. I like that. And then other times, but going into it, I don't know, right? And then other times I'll play for those two 45-minute games or something, and I'll feel like I had to do that. I should have done this instead. This is dumb. Why did I do
Exactly.
that? Or like I should have just. I could have been. I could have read a book or something, or I could have. I could have just slept. I'm tired. Why did I do that? And then like like
Yeah.
oh my god, like dude, this shit's constant, man. Shit's constant. I think that right there is a very it's like that is like a very schizoid specific type deal. Like
It's
very
like
much.
the battle between, just always trying to stimulate yourself from the emptiness and anhedonia,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're also fighting with abolition, and
Mm-hmm.
but then if you actually do something and it ain't hitting, then you're disappointed and you're
But
like, dang,
but you keep doing it because occasionally something does hit, and then
yeah,
it's cool. But usually it don't hit. But if you but it's like your choices don't hit nothing ever, or occasionally get disappointed, and occasionally very rarely get a good one.
um,
It's like no, but that's what I'm saying. That's the gamble you do. Like that's the
oh,
balance.
yeah,
That's what keeps you from stopping altogether. It's the fact that you can hit sometimes.
yeah.
Um, can schizoids experience extreme boredom? Extreme boredom in the schizoid world generally means very anhedonic. I mean, it's boring when you can't feel anything, I guess. When you can't feel bored, sometimes. I don't know how to explain that. Or under pressure, just sitting there spinning wheels. Yeah, dude, the under pressure spinning wheels is killer, dude. Like, oh, how many times have you thought, oh, I want to be alone for like 3 hours? Oh, that'd be so great. I could do all these things I want to do. Not do anything. You don't do anything. You don't do shit. And then you feel even worse after because you're like, I didn't do anything. Damn it. That's definitely more useless than doing something and it failing. Not doing anything at all. Yeah, it's pretty bad, man. Like, but the difference is like for some reason I'm the type, I guess that's just my personality or whatever you want to call it, is I'm the type that will generally do something anyway. Right? Out of sheer just like like fuck you. I don't know how to explain it. That's how it feels. Like I'll be like, I have 3 hours. I gotta do something. I gotta do something. And like I'll still spend that first hour thinking about what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna do it real hard. I'm gonna do the thing. And I'm gonna make myself do it. Even though I don't want to do it. And I don't care. And I just ignore my thoughts and I just do it anyway.
I do that at times where, be it with something I need to get done, like I get like just intense, forced like
Yeah, you're
urge
just like,
to
I gotta
just
do it.
get it done. Yeah,
Just gotta do it.
and other times when I'm in indecision, which is every day, I just get fed up with just the cycle of just the whole situation, and I just like I have a thought of like something I might be interested in doing, and I just instantly go and do the thing. And if I don't like it, then I just exit out of that and
It's sometimes the
do
best
do
thing you can
something
do, man.
else.
That's like a good
Yeah,
approach. Like, oh man, you gotta get yourself out of those fucking loops, dude. Those loops of just like, and I used to be a lot worse at that, but those loops of just like thinking about doing shit, not doing shit. God, like that was every fucking day before, like where I would go, oh, you know what? I'm gonna read this book because I want to learn about this, and then I'm gonna use that information to write this article or do this thing I want to do. And then you know, I spend 2 hours thinking about how I want to do it, but don't.
I found that having like I guess like a vague schedule, like it doesn't have to be at an exact time or whatever, but it's just something that you've been doing every day. So, you know, just a routine of maybe one or two activities seems to help me the most because it's like just ingrained in my brain that even if I'm uninterested in it, and like I'd rather do something else, I just end up doing it because it's habitual.
No, yeah. Alright, let me see. I don't want to miss some chats. I'm always zoning out of the chat. Okay, Damien, last get. I have diagnosis of semantic pragmatic disorder. Basically, I'm creating new words and repeating weird words sometimes. It's very strange. I don't know if there's a link between Schizoid PD. I don't know much about the semantic pragmatic disorder. That actually sounds really interesting. The words in there are so odd for it to be a disorder. Semantic pragmatic disorder. That sounds interesting. I'll look it up. Bay Ocean, Schizoid Reddit wiki, and FAQ might interest you. I don't know, man. There's a Schizoid Reddit wiki? Like a wiki about Schizoid Reddit itself? Is that what you're saying, Bay Ocean? Because I already check out the Schizoid Reddit itself, and I've seen Schizoid wiki stuff, and it ain't great. The Reddit, sometimes you can find something in there. It's interesting. It's kind of random, hit and miss, you know? Yeah, the wiki, ew. Kevin. I like the idea of starting small. How to differentiate between schizoid few interests versus autism restricted interests. You know what, honestly, I don't know if there's much of a difference there, Damien. Like, it's just the level of in which it's being placed, right? Like, is it over here in like these kind of meta levels where the schizoid or the cluster A's like to live? Like their cognition generally floats around there. Or is it the, you know, super kind of very concrete levels down here where everything's very just like a microcosm of everything of very specific interests? It's kind of like that. It's just two different kind of sides of the coin. My opinion. That's my opinion. I'm no professional. Blah blah blah. You know, whatever those pieces of paper mean. Half the time. No, in the right side. What do you mean, Bay Ocean? The right side? On the right side? Oh, on the right side of the screen? Hold on. Oh, this? Oh man, why would this? I think I've read all this shit before. Like I don't. Oh my god. Okay, so that's obvious. ED stuff. All right. Yeah, diagnostic models. Is there something in here that you're saying it would be particularly interesting? Oh, for Damien. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. My bad. I thought you were talking to me, that it would interest me. You didn't specify Damien, so I kind of got thrown off. I was like, I've seen all this shit. What do you mean? Um, can schizoid include paranoia? Well, yeah, why not? Like, that's what's fucking funny, dude. Like, that's why I hate those categorizations. I mean, like, I know plenty of people that are diagnosed schizoid that are also pretty paranoid. And other ones that are also, like, very, outwardly, like, or, like, you know, schizotypal about their outer wear. Like, they fit into the category, you know, one of the categories of schizotypal, which is wears odd clothing and eccentric wear all the time. And it's like, yeah, okay, that's like that part is just like, how's that a PD? I don't know. Like, and that, of course that stuff crosses over. Yeah, Philippe says, hey man, it's paranoia. there to get you. It's not paranoia. Is that what you're trying to say? I know. But yeah, a lot of the stuff that's in the cluster A PD stuff, it's like, dude, so much of it just crosses over and intermingles, and so much of it is, in my opinion, not a personality disorder. Like, there's like parts of it that are like, oh, this is a personality disorder because this causes harm to the person. And then there's stuff that it's like, that's not a personality disorder. That's just their personality and their cognition. Like, it's their reaction to a world that isn't quite compatible that causes a lot of symptoms that are, I guess, considered to be the disorder part. But just having idiosyncratic thinking is not a personality disorder. Like, wearing odd clothes and displaying eccentric behavior is not a personality disorder, dude. Like, that's so frustrating. You know what I mean, Anoa?
What?
Oh, damn, you were gone. God damn it, Anoa. Oh, okay, I'll repeat it. Like, don't you think that some of the stuff that's in, like, the DSM or whatever that says, like, what it is to be schizoid, what it is to schizotype or whatever, like, some of it just feels silly?
Yeah.
Like, you know, wearing odd clothing. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like,
It's pretty silly because style is just style. It's like,
I
it's
mean,
not.
you see Amy, right? Amy, like that's what's funny. Amy is totally, you know, she does her own schizoid stuff. If you haven't seen it, it's Internet Kindness. She has her own channel, Internet
Yeah, I've
Kindness.
seen.
Oh no, yeah, I'm talking to the chat too. But if
Okay.
if you guys haven't seen it, check out her shit. It's great, right? But if, you know, somebody saw her like out in the street, like the way she, you know, dresses for her videos, they'd be like, whoa, man, she's like, either somebody would be like, oh, she's got interesting fashion, or a psychiatrist would be like, oh, she must be schizotypal. Look at her eccentric clothing and strange dress and mannerisms and, you know, neurodivergent sort of speech patterns and stuff. And like, so like what's the difference? Like, they would meet, if somebody met Amy and she wasn't wearing anything like eccentric, quote unquote, they'd probably just be like, oh, schizoid. But then if she shows up to the doctor's office like with, you know, mismatching contacts and blue hair and like a top hat and like, you know, all this like colorful shit and glitter, like, are they gonna go, schizotypal? Like, is that the what is that gonna be the defining factor? That just seems stupid to me, man. Like, that's so dumb. Like, and then yeah, dude, go to the wiki, go to the DSM, dude. Like, one of the things that are described about being schizotypal is that. One of the other things that are described about being schizotypal, I'm like, dude, if I had the money, I'd be dressed odd and eccentric all the fucking time, or whatever the fuck. I'd be dressed like a plague doctor 90% of the time, in different formats. Fucking wearing like clothes made out of raven feathers and shit. And like, hey, Nanomo, if you were rich, would you dress weird?
Well, fuck yeah, dude. I dress
Just
like an Edwardian or Victorian fashion.
yeah, and that's what's
Maybe
fucking
some
funny.
rock
Like,
shit.
you're
Yeah.
diagnosed schizoid, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So then, if you had money and resources, and you showed up to your doctor's office dressed in some Edwardian shit, and maybe even like trying to take up a new accent or something, right? Just for fun, and because it makes you cozy, they would change your diagnosis to schizotypal, probably. And that's what's funny. Like, it's like, and a lot of schizoids, right? The way we're diagnosed as schizoid is like, oh, look, they don't, you know, no social life, totally disconnected, doesn't have opinions on anything, you know, all, like, you know, the usual shit, right? You know, complex internal world that they focus on that isn't, you know, if those schizoid, if that schizoid person decided, oh, I am now going to express externally my internal world, not by like, you know, actually displaying like emotional range and shit, like, because that's a totally different ballpark, and that's something that's part of the whole schizoid. But like, say they decided I'm gonna start talking about my idiosyncratic thinking. I'm going to start actually putting it out into the world, my thoughts on things, right? Like what you thought about this or that, or how you think this is dumb, or this is good, or this is stupid, or I don't understand this, and why do people do this, and all that kind of shit, right? Are you there, Nanoma? Kind of?
Dude, I zoned out.
Damn it. You're the fucking worst. You make fun of me for being a fucking boomer. You're like a 20-something-year-old with fucking, like, Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. It's so fucking funny. What are you doing besides, like, listening to this? Are you playing a video game or something?
I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting here. I'm not even listening to music. It's like I have to like balance my attention span because like an example of this is I was talking to my partner the other day and I paused my music to listen to what they were saying better so I could remember it better. But then when I paused the music I was listening to, then my brain started playing music, and it's like
Like,
I
in your
was
head?
yeah, I was trying to pause the music so I could focus better, but my brain was like, well, now we don't have that to like sate our attention or whatever the hell my brain does. So I was like, all right, well, now, now it's just playing music in my head. That's nice.
It's awesome. No, I'll make it really brief so I don't lose you. Basically, what I'm saying is that if you showed up to your psych wearing all those clothes, and instead of just shutting down and closing up, but you actually started talking about your ideas regarding like life and what people do, and what humanity's about, and like your beliefs on certain things. Like if you started like expressing that out to them and sounding crazy, and also dressed in a way that if you had money you would be dressed like, they would diagnose you schizotypal.
Probably.
That's what drives me fucking insane. Like, and they don't think about it. They don't sit there and question, hey, wait a minute, maybe it's because there's something going on cognitively that's different for these people. Like, it's so stupid, man. So stupid. And then even within the same category, like paranoid people, people that are diagnosed paranoid. The fuck? A lot of us are paranoid, like, to varying degrees. But if, say, like, we actually express those paranoias to our doctors, like, we actually start talking about all the things that make us feel paranoid, they'd probably be like, oh, you're paranoid. I'm gonna fucking diagnose you paranoid. Cluster A paranoid, schizotypal, schizoid. Like, oh, man. Oh, my God. Like, how many schizoids out there are paranoid about shit, but don't express it? They just avoid things that make them feel paranoid. And they're just, like, avoiding those things and not actually taking part in certain things because of that paranoia. They're just not telling anyone they're paranoid. They're just feeling paranoid. And so they just navigate it. And, that's what's so dumb. Like, the only difference, I feel like, in range in a lot of these cluster APDs is just, like, the amount that person is willing to actually express or can express externally. That's it. And the amount of functionality they have, like low functioning to high functioning, and low expression to high expression. Like, somebody can be really expressive about all their internal shit, but still be very disconnected from other, like, people, like neurotypical people and people in general. Like, have like almost no friends and not want to go to social events, or if they do go to a social event, they go with an entirely different purpose in mind that is not associated at all with the idea of mingling or socializing in a conventional way. I don't know. It's just so funny. Oh, sorry, I went off the deep end as usual. Sorry, Nanoma. My bad. That's how I do. I don't even remember what I was doing. Oh, sorry, the bird. Anyway, I'm just gonna freeze. Sometimes you're gonna think the stream stopped. It's just gonna be me. I'm just gonna like zone out. You know, just do that shit. Just stare at the screen for like just some pure eye contact for like 10 seconds straight. Riveting content. I don't think giving me away would be the music. Still going. Eye contact training. Hey, you guys want to try some eye contact training? Check this out. Look straight into my fucking eyes and pretend that I could see you. Alright? It's eye contact training. You guys ready? Alright, eye contact training starting now. Keep looking at me. Don't stop. I'm pretending I could actually see you guys through that camera. I'm envisioning a bunch of people sitting there staring at their webcams. At least 5 of you. A whole 5 staring at me right in my eyes. How are you feeling right now? How does this feel? Is this fucked up? You want to look away? Does it make you uncomfortable?
I'm just staring at your tired eye bags.
No, you gotta look at my eyes, not my eye bags. Stop looking at my face ball sacks. Look at my eye, my pupils, right? Come on, guys. Let's do this. We can do this. Okay? Staring. Staring. How we doing? How we doing, guys? I can't even look at the chat. I'm looking straight at the fucking camera.
Someone
Alright.
said, how do you feel with strangers looking at you?
Yeah, how do you feel with a stranger looking at you, looking in your fucking soul? What that? I'm looking right at you. I'm looking inside of you.
Bro, I feel violated.
I'm looking I'm looking like beyond you and around you. I don't even see you anymore, bitch. I'm just
Jesus.
Feel the burn. Oh my god, that burned. Oh, how you guys doing? Alright. Drop some 1s in chat if that's something you want me to do once in a while. And 2s if you never want me to do that ever again. Tell me. I want to know. If you guys don't tell me, I'm going to do it again, like right now. I want to know. I'm going to do it again, and it's going to be even longer next time. Damien, why did you do that? It's pretty scary. I got like 3 2s and a 1. I'm not getting enough 2s. I'm going to do it again if I don't see any 2s. Ain't gonna cut it. 3 2s ain't gonna cut it. Alright, I'm giving you a chance. Otherwise, I'm gonna fucking stare at the screen again like a creep. I'm gonna do it again. I like how Fleeps put 2 2s down. Like that's gonna count. It doesn't count, Fleeps, if you put another 2 down. No, Skugan, you can't put another 2 down. It doesn't count. Oh, now Hippie Van. Oh no, Hippie Van is the rebel. Hippie Van is saying all 1s. Oh, Khalil said 1s. So Hippie Van retracted their original 2 and 0 counts as a 1 in my opinion. No. Okay, so far we got nothing. Like we got more 1s than 2s now because Hippie Van's 2 got retracted. I'm gonna count that Damien 0. E-Man, 3 counts as a 1, buddy. Like, I'm gonna have to do it again. Alright, here we go. Alright, let's try something different this time, okay, guys? We're gonna do some eye contact, but this time, I'm gonna do water cooler talk, okay? So you guys gotta pretend I'm gonna do some fucking normie. I'm gonna do some normie talk, and you guys gotta look at me straight in the fucking eyes while I do normie talk. All right, are you guys ready? Okay, I'm gonna try my best here. Hopefully nobody interrupts at home right now. Let's see. You hear scream, yelling in the background. That's my other kid. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, and stare. Hey man, what's up? How's your day going? Tell me about your day. What are you up to this weekend? I'm gonna go to a party. It's gonna be cool. You wanna come? You wanna hang out? Hey, how about I go over to your house and we could chill? Talk about stuff. Hey man, what's up? Did you watch that cool show last night?
You're missing the obnoxious expressions.
Oh, okay, sorry. Hey man, what's up? How you doing, dude? Hey, you want to hang out later? Let's hang out. Are you alright? Are you alright? Are you okay? Do you want to talk? What's up, man? That's weird.
Oh, that's the worst.
I don't get it. What do you mean? Nah, that's stupid. I don't get it. I don't get it. How about we do something else? This is dumb. That's boring. Why do you talk so much about that? Who cares? That's too complicated. I don't want to talk about that. It's boring. Let's hang out. Hey, let's go find some chicks. You want to go hang out? Want to drink some beer? Want to smoke some weed? And chill? And talk about stuff? Come on, guys. It'll be super cool. Hey, I know these girls. They want to hang out. You want to come? So cool. Yeah? Did you watch Game of Thrones? It was so good. So good. Oh, are you angry? Are you sad? Why are you sad? Are you bored?
Are you mad at me?
Are you mad at me?
Did I do
You want me to go
something wrong?
BPD more or what? Are you mad at me? Are you mad at me? What did I do? You're such an asshole. You never tell me anything. What the fuck's wrong with you? Stop. Just look at me. Just look at me. Care about me. Care about me. Why don't you care about me? Do you want a hug? I'll give you a hug. Yeah, that went from water cooler talk to like BPD girlfriend talk. Why don't you love me? Oh man. I fucking hate you. No, don't leave. Oh no. That's scary. Ugh, I scared myself. Anyway, alright. So how was that, guys? Did you have fun with that?
Cringe.
What was cringe?
The eye contact.
Of course it's cringe. I'm lucky though, because like I can't actually see you guys. You can see me though, so it's way worse. Haha. Haha. Like I lost like 4 people just doing that shit.
I find it harder to stare at the lens of a camera than like stare into the soul of someone I don't give a shit about in person. Like I can
In their
just
eyes? You can look at them
Yeah.
straight in the eyes?
Yeah, I can just not blink and stare directly like into their eyes.
I can do that too, but BPD water cooler talk. Yeah. Oh no.
Most of the time though, I'm just looking around their face at like specific details, like not the whole face.
Oh no, for sure. I look at other parts of their face. Like when I'm talking to people that I don't want to talk to necessarily, like most of the time, like I'm just paying attention to their behaviors and their speech patterns and things they say than them. I'm like studying them. Like it's so awful. And so sometimes they'll be like, "Yeah, so what do you think of that?" And I'll like, I heard nothing. I heard nothing they said, and I'll be like, "Yeah, that's interesting." And all I did was study like their facial movements and what their arms were doing the whole time. Emmett said, "I collect Pokemon cards and I listen to your stream while I look at my collection. Perfect calm night." I'm glad you're enjoying your Pokemon cards, Emmett. I also collect Pokemon cards. I understand. But I only collect ghost types. Because I'm an edge boy like that. Only ghost types. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Honestly, like, if
Mood.
What? Mood? Yeah, it's a fucking mood. What's funny is that, honestly, if I could turn streaming and uploading rambles and videos and having conversations and record, like, if I could turn that into, like, a job, I would probably just be streaming. I'd be like, hey, hey wife, I gotta go to work for a few hours, and I'd just like stream for like 5 hours straight of just me doing nothing. Just doing absolutely fucking nothing for 5 hours. But just talking to myself and making maybe that has a some kind of service. Like maybe if cluster peeps listen to me talk to myself for 5 hours, they feel less crazy. Because they're like, whoa, this guy's fucking crazy. This guy's fucked up. He's weird. Makes me feel normal. or they go, oh, hey, this guy's just as crazy as me. That makes me feel cozy. So yeah. I mean, have you ever done this like by yourself? Like okay, like talking the way I talk to myself and ramble to myself. Like, have you ever done that for like 2 hours straight by yourself? No audience, nobody there.
Yeah, I do a shit ton of voice recordings like that. From like 30 minutes to 2 hours, maybe even 3 hours. It just depends. Mostly it's just an hour. So.
What are your goals? Is it to listen back at them later?
Oh, I don't listen back to them at all. It's mostly just for memory keeping early on. Nowadays I just do it for the memory keeping, but someone
But who
also
is it
enjoys
for?
them as well. It's for myself mainly, for
But
memory keeping of my thoughts at this time and whatnot.
But you will eventually listen to it again?
Probably not. It's more so as like I guess maybe like a security thing. Like, it's there so I know that however I existed as I do now is memorialized, and I can go back and remember that this version of me existed. Because I have a hard time like remembering past selves, like how I thought in the past, and emotionally as well. Like the emotion just gets burned out of it over time of my memory. But most of all, it's just hard to remember how I thought.
That's interesting. God, that's so fucking abstract as fuck. You know that, right, Nanomo?
Yeah.
You know how fucking like you know how like to me that sounds perfectly fine. Do you know how insane that shit sounds to a normal person or normative? Like if you told them that. Oh my god.
They'd probably be like, what? You can't remember yourself? You can't remember how you were at this time?
No,
It's like,
but that's not even the
no.
question. Like most people probably don't even care to remember how they felt at specific times all the time, you know?
I
And
have like a sense of like constant dread that I'm just gonna like forget how
like
I
you're just gonna
was
go
and
full just dementia.
yeah, and like I'll just lose a connection to myself, I guess. But the thing is, it's funny that I do this because thing is, it's like I've already changed so much that I'm fine with changing however way I change, but at the same time, I just don't want to forget how I was. Honestly, I have a ton of fears regarding my memory.
Oh, you're paranoid. You must be paranoid, Cluster. You're paranoid about your memory. Oh, you're paranoid now. Paranoid. You dress funny. Just get stipple now. Fucking dumb. That's some dumb shit. Discount uncles. Fleep said, yeah, I had an unsuccessful Twitch stream for a while, just talking to myself most of the time. Yes, I rambled to myself, even in public when I thought I was alone. But one time boomers filmed me. Oh no. Sorry, Kevin. Oh, he got filmed. Are you sure it wasn't just the top hat? Damn, that's true. It could have just been the top hat, Kevin. Could have just been. See, look, guys. If you like some of this back and forth you're getting on this little chat, check out the server. If you haven't looked at the server, Kevin, I don't know if you're on it, but check out the server, go on it, and you can get plenty of really fucking cluster A banter on there that you can have fun with. And back and forths. It can be pretty enjoyable in many regards. I always do this. Oh, the server, it's well, if you're not Schizoid specific, like there are sections for people that just want to talk to people that are on the server. That's like, so you can join like that. But if you're diagnosed, or at least like, you know, seriously self-diagnosed yourself, Schizoid, and you're looking, you know, to eventually get a proper diagnosis, then yeah, you can answer some of the questions there and join the server and hang out with some Zoids. We just have like a vetting process because we want to keep it chill. We want to keep it very Zoid friendly in there as much as possible. But in any case, yeah, my channel links, you can find it. I know it's not on my live stream links, I'm stupid. Any of my videos I started putting the links. I'm getting better at that whole shit. But yeah, if you go to the About Me, you should be able to just click on the link there. I have like an infinite link there. And but that's interesting to know, Mo. The whole like record keeping, like you're almost afraid you're gonna disappear, and you want something left behind, right?
It's
so fascinating.
It's less so something left behind, and more so just like I have so little of a self that I just try to preserve what memory I can of it, I suppose, because I don't feel very connected to my past selves because I can't remember how they think, and just the emotional rot of the emotional memory.
You got Kevin here agreeing with you. Says I'm in there. The memory thing can relate. Afraid of memory loss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kevin says, I go insane when I can't remember. I'll think about it for days or immediately look it up.
I have like pretty bad memory in general.
Philippe smoked weed for 20 years and forgotten most stuff. I've forgotten a lot of stuff. That's a different kind of memory loss, I think, Philippe's.
Yeah, I've never done any drugs. I just have bad memory, even though I try really hard to remember.
Do you think it has more to do with an inability or like a neurological condition in which your memory is bad, or does it have to do with like just the disconnect, basically making memories not develop? Remember I talked to you about that?
Yeah.
How, like there's like no, your brain just goes, why make memories?
I think it's probably something, at least with my guess, just based on, you know, what I said about that then, is that I assume it's probably just psychological.
I mean, it sounds like it could be for sure.
I'm not sure what's worse, it being psychological or it being neurological. If it's neurological, then like I can't help it.
Yeah.
If it's psychological, then it's just like, oh yay, another thing trauma fucked with.
Yeah, no, I mean, it could definitely be a combination of both, maybe even. But
yeah.
But what's interesting is, yeah, it's just this idea that like you might have trained your brain to not develop memories because it's like, oh, well, I remember things, nothing matters. I don't feel connected to any of it. So the memory function is, not applicable.
I think it may be a mix of things, is my general conclusion. Because, like, between my attention span and the overstimulation or understimulation of my attention span in the moment with things, and just how it relates to my trauma and PDs. It's pretty complex. It's too much to get into right now.
Oh no, for sure. I'd love to sometime though. I do gotta end this stream, but I was gonna ask in a second here, not quite. I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna tell you something really terrible. I'm like, do you think your memory would get jogged if, like, say, like, do you think you would create memories if, say, somebody kicked you every time? Like, what if, like it's like, we need to remember this moment, Anomo. I'm gonna repeat what happened, and then they like choke you out while telling you. Like,
Maybe.
do you think that you're like, now I can't forget? It's associated to being kicked or punched.
It would technically be like a new experience.
Oh my
so
God.
Perhaps
That's horrible.
that's a thought that could work.
What if you did the whole like the rubber band thing, but something that actually hurt?
If I did it too much, then
it just goes. It would just get blended in, huh?
Yeah.
All right. So if I ever see you in an ammo, so you don't forget that you were actually there in person around me, I'm gonna just immediately run up to you and start choking you out. I'm gonna immediately start slowly trying to crush your larynx, and then you're gonna be like, I will never forget that moment. The angst ran up to me. All 6'1" of angst ran up to me and picked me up by my neck. You will never forget that, Nomo. That memory will stay with you for fucking ever. You're never gonna be like, did that really happen? No, you're gonna know that shit happened. Because I pulled you into the air by your neck. And you saw your life flash before your eyes. All you see is a bunch of recordings.
If anything, like, if I can't remember anything else from that, I would have the visual of seeing your face like burned into my brain, because I remember the
as you look down and
far better.
The oxygen is depleting. And you just look, you see me like making some crazy face at you, smiling. It's gonna be the face I make. This is gonna be you. This is how it's gonna look. It's gonna look like this. If I can do it in my camera. Of course I can't do it in my fucking camera. It's gonna look like this now. Like that. You're gonna be fucking dying, and I'm gonna be like, just staring right at you, and then you better fucking remember this, man. You better fucking. That's how it's gonna be. That's how it's gonna be, Noah. And then that memory will be with you forever.
It's kind of frustrating with my memory, because when I remember the visual, but I can't remember the thought. But I know I had this thought, but I can't remember the thought. I can only remember the visual that I saw when I had the thought, but I can't remember the thought. So what the fuck is my brain up to?
I forget most thoughts I see on the street as well.
Oh, I meant actual thought.
No, I know. That was just me being attempt at humor. Okay. Anyway. Thanks, guys. Oh, yeah, I had to do the thing before everyone disappears. Give me your money. Give me your fucking money. Go to Patreon. Give me your fucking money. Don't be a bitch. Give me your money. And support me by subscribing and bell and, well, fuck else. But, Happy Ocean, give me your fucking money. You too, Kevin. And everybody else. I know Fleeps gives me money. Give me your money, Emmett. I just started reading people's names on here and telling them to give me money. Give me your money, Damien. Whoa, no, Damien retracted all the messages. Oh, Damien. Well, come back, Damien, and give me your money. All right. Aphantasia. Oh, Fleeps has aphantasia. We should talk about that sometime, Fleeps. All right. Thank you, Nanemo, as usual. Thank you to Tina, who was on earlier. Thanks to anybody who dropped stuff in the chat. And thanks for listening. Just talking about it made me feel 10% better. Thank you. Peace out, Kevin. Peace out, everybody.